Imagine working more than 50 hours in a work week. That's a lot of time spent at work, right? Now imagine that same amount of time, except it represents the amount of time our children are spending in front of a screen. Not only are they not getting enough exercise, but their psychological health is at risk as well. As adults, we need to set limits as it pertains to screen time, and we need to become a better role model for the youth of today, so that way their health doesn't suffer as well. So today I'm going to put into perspective just how large of a problem excessive screen use is. I'm going to talk about the adverse side effects that are associated with the problem, and then I'm going to talk about my solution to the problem. According to the Mayo Clinic, children under the age of 2 should have 0 screen time, while children between the ages of 2 and 5 should be limited to only an hour per day of high-quality programming. As for older children, it's widely recommended that their screen use be limited outside of the educational system. However, a study conducted in the United States showed that children under the age of 2 spend on average of almost 75 minutes in front of a screen. And it only increases as they get older. A national study by the Kaiser Family Foundation showed that for children between the ages of 8 and 18, they spend on average of over 7 hours per day using entertainment media. And if that statistic isn't shocking enough, due to media multitasking, such as watching television and using social media or a mobile device, they're able to cram over 10 hours of screen use into that same amount of time. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, people over the age of 15 spend at least 3 hours per day watching television. Now let's just say you live to be 80 years old. That would mean that you had spent 7 years of your life watching television. And that's just television alone. That doesn't include computer time or social or mobile device use. So now that you have a better understanding of just how much of our time is dedicated to screen use, I'm going to talk about some of the adverse side effects that are associated with it. Because screen time is an activity with little to no body movement, obesity is one of the most common side effects associated with the problem. It has been widely studied that there is a relationship between the two. In an international study conducted by the Medical Research Institute of New Zealand of over 200,000 adolescents in 37 different countries, showed that there was a very strong relationship between obesity and television viewing time. It showed that increased viewing time resulted in a higher body mass index rating, or BMI. Higher BMI increases the risk for heart disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, breathing problems, and even certain types of cancer. The mental health of our children is also at risk as well. A study conducted in Denmark collected data as they followed adolescents for up to 12 years. The study showed that for each additional hour of television viewing time, it resulted in an increased risk for depression. Children's quality and quantity of sleep are suffering as well, and as a result, it is affecting their academic performance. So, what can we do about this issue? There are 3 parts to the solution. First, we need to set the limits on screen time and focus on enforcing them. In the same Kaiser Family Foundation study that I referred to earlier, only 28% of children between the ages of 8 and 18 said that they had any rules that were at all. And 26% of those who had rules said they were even enforced. Second, we need to encourage alternative activities, such as sports, biking, skateboarding, hiking. This is beneficial because it reduces screen time, and it benefits it because the physical activities promote good health. The last part might be the hardest, but it is so simple. So simple, and yet effective. We must lead by example. The study, titled "The Relationship Between Parents and Children's Television Viewing," surveyed over 1,500 parents and over 600 adolescents, determined that the parents' viewing habits had a stronger influence on the children's viewing habits than the actual rules set by the parents. Now, as we progress further into the future, the amount of technology that we will use will grow faster than we can imagine. By now you have a better idea of the growing epidemic of increased screen use and the adverse side effects that come with the problem. Therefore, it is most important that we make the proposed changes now. Set time limits. Encourage alternative activities, but most importantly, put your phones down and reduce your personal screen time for the sake of our children. Thank you.